कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे
निताय
हरे।
गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल।
निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल।
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद।
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद
जय
प्रभुपाद।
जय गुरुदेव श्रीपाद, गुरुदेव श्रीपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव श्रीपाद, गुरुदेव श्रीपाद।
जय गुरु महाराज शिला श्रीपाद की जय, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान की जय,
जय
श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की जय, जय जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की निताय गौर प्रेमानंद।
जय हो।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते
ओम नमो भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते
नारायणं
वासुदेवाय।
नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं
नरं
नमस्कृत्य
चैव नरोत्तमं,
नरं चैव
देवीं
नरोत्तमं,
सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयम् उदीरये।
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया,
नित्यं भागवत सेवया।
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। These letters, they are white color, no? Supposed to be black color. किसका है ये? Okay. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 15, text number 20. तदैव ते परं ज्ञानं
तदैव ते परं ज्ञानं
ददामि गृहम् आगतः
ददामि गृहमागतः
ज्ञात्वान्याभिनिवेशं ते
ज्ञात्वा न्याभिनिवेशं ते
पुत्रम् एव ददाम्यहम्.
पुत्रमेव ददाम्यहम्.
When I first came to your home, I could have given you the supreme transcendental knowledge. But when I saw that your mind was absorbed in material things, I gave you only a son who caused you jubilation and lamentation. Please repeat. When I first came to your home,
When I first came to your home,
I could have given you
I could have given you
the supreme transcendental knowledge.
the supreme transcendental knowledge.
But when I saw
But when I saw
that your mind was absorbed
that your mind was absorbed
in material things,
in material things,
I gave you only a son
I gave you only a son
who caused you jubilation and lamentation.
who caused you jubilation and lamentation.
Next sloka. अधुना पुत्रिणां तापो भगवतैवानुभूयते एवं दारगृहारायो विविधैश्वर्य संपदः शब्दादयश्च विषयास् चला राज्य विभूतयः मही राज्यम बलम कोशो. वहां पे आई एम हियरिंग माय ओन वॉइस. मही राज्यम बलम कोशो भृत्यमात्या सुहृज्जनाः सर्वे अपि सुरासेन मे शोकमोहा भयार्दिताः गंधर्वनगर प्रक्याः स्वप्नमाया मनोरथाः. Translation. My dear king, now you are actually experiencing the misery of a person who has sons and daughters. O king, owner of the state of Surasena, one's wife, his house, the opulence of his kingdom, and his various other opulences and objects of sense perception are all the same in that they are temporary. One's kingdom, military power, treasury, servants, ministers, friends, and relatives are all cause of fear, illusion, lamentation, and distress. They are like a Gandharva Nagara, a non-existent place that one imagines to exist in the forest. Because they are impermanent, they are no better than illusions, dreams, and mental concoctions. Please repeat. My dear king, now you are actually experiencing the misery of a person
Now you are actually experiencing the misery of a person
who has sons and daughters.
who has sons and daughters.
O king,
O king,
owner of the state of Surasena,
honor of the state of Surasena,
one's wife,
one's wife,
his house,
his house,
the opulence of his kingdom,
the opulence of his kingdom,
and his various other opulences
and his various other opulences,
and objects of sense perception
and objects of sense perception,
are all the same
are all the same
in that they are temporary.
in that they are temporary.
One's kingdom,
One's kingdom,
military power,
military power,
treasury,
treasury,
servants,
servants,
ministers,
ministers,
friends,
friends,
and relatives
relatives
are all cause of fear,
are all causes of fear,
illusion,
illusion,
lamentation,
lamentation,
and distress.
and distress.
They are like a Gandharva Nagara,
They are like a Gandharva Nagara,
a non-existent place
a non-existent place,
that
palace,
one imagines
that one imagines
to exist in the forest.
to exist in the forest.
Because they are temporary, because they are impermanent,
Because they are impermanent,
they are no better
they are no better
than illusions,
than illusions,
dreams,
dreams,
and mental concoctions.
and mental concoctions.
Purport. This verse describes the entanglement of material existence. महाराज थोड़ा सा श्लोक निकाल के दे दीजिए ना 6:15:20 This verse describes the entanglement of material existence. In material existence, the living entity possesses many things: the material body, children, wife, and so on. Deha patya kalatradishu. One may think that these will give him protection, but that is impossible. In spite of all these possessions, the spirit soul has to give up his present situation and accept another body. In this way, one's tribulation in material existence continues. A sane man should be, please scroll, perfectly aware that these things will never be able to give him happiness. One must be situated in his spiritual identity and eternally serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a devotee. Angira Rishi and Narada Muni gave this instruction to Maharaj Chitraketu. So that's all for today, Prabhuji Slokas. Are any more?
That's all, Maharaj.
Okay, thank you very much. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Guru Maharaj Shila Shripad ki jaya. So today's starting sloka is 20. Yeah. When I first came to your home, I could have given you the supreme transcendental knowledge. But when I saw your mind was absorbed in material things, I gave only a son who caused you jubilation and lamentation. Here it is very clear why we stay bereft of transcendental knowledge. It is because our mind is absorbed in material things. So, absorption of mind in material things is a cause of lack of transcendental knowledge. That we can say also lust. I am getting disturbed with that. उसको बंद करने के लिए बोलिए. Mind being absorbed in the matter means that being overwhelmed with the lust. So if one accepts only as much as required to maintain body and soul, then it won't be called as being absorbed in matter. But material things are so tricky that if one associates, uh, one will not be able to uh, free oneself from being absorbed in them. This is a it is more easy to just give up than to remain in them and try to control. It is like Arjuna has expressed that it is easy to control the wind, right? Sometimes we see it's very difficult. Children become so active, it becomes so difficult to control them. It appears that it is easy, very easy to control the wind. Similarly, so many uh, responsibilities in the home which come one after another and they keep increasing. And they also appear to be uncontrollable after some time. Similarly, one's attraction to wife and children, one thinks that, okay, I will just get married and I will be in married life for up to 50, then I will come out. This is what generally devotees think in the beginning when they want to get married. And they think that, okay, Grihastha ashram is also one of the valid ashrams. So, not a big issue. And I will just marry and come out of 50. But it is not very simple to come out. It is not as simple as entering to come out. Entering is uh, only one person's decision, but coming out is no more in one's hands. He will be obliged to fully satisfy everybody before he comes out, which is not possible. So one becomes responsible to take care of things, and due to the influence of Kali Yuga, there is no appreciation for a person who wants to leave home for spiritual things. So the situation is more difficult. The situation is more, we are living in a more difficult times. So therefore, that coming out becomes very, very difficult because things are not in his hands. One thinks that I will have children, get them settled by 50 and then come out. But we see here Chitraketu is not having children, right? When one does not have children, one cannot restrain himself thinking that, okay, this is the will of the Lord, that I have no children. Let me accept. So one will not be able to accept such position because he is already sucked up by the matter, material conditioning, material atmosphere. Even if somehow or the other he thinks, his wife will not allow him because there are so many things, so many people are saying so many things. She doesn't have issue. She has a lot of issues. She is this, she is that, sinful, or so many things, or their own strong desires. So if everything goes well, then also it is very difficult to come out at the age of 50. But then if the situations comes like Chitraketu, that is not having a son. So one's plan of material life is not one's hand. So we should not allow ourselves into a situation where things are not under our control. Of course, everything is under Krishna's control, even otherwise. But while entering into the material atmosphere, we should not allow our ourselves to be we should not play ourselves into the hands of the material atmosphere. Because in that atmosphere, even Krishna will not be able to help because we don't want to be helped. We only want material help. Just like Chitraketu. All that he is interested is that only he wants to have a son. That is his, has become the highest of all goals, to have a son. But before having a son, he doesn't know what does it mean to have a son. Generally, people think to have a son means he will take care of me, he will become big and take my responsibilities. But that's what you think, but that is not what is that reality. That one son may live before oneself because that is temporary. And that is the greatest pain because one has put all his object of love and affection into his son, daughter, wife, and there is no guarantee that they will not live before oneself, and that will cause complete shock, and one will not be able to handle himself. So it is not that it may happen, it is not something that may happen to somebody who is not a devotee, who doesn't know any spiritual things. It can happen to anybody, and that is the nature of material life. Even if even if he is not living, when one has to leave his son, it is very difficult to give up. Maybe one is planning to retire at 50, but he has a son at 40, 45. Then what will he do? Again, the same decision was there. Situation is same when he is entering the family life, either Krishna or family life. And now also, if one has children very late, then again the question is same again. Now again, family or Krishna? Now what will we do? Will you fully give up while they are still young and fully surrender to Krishna? Free yourself fully and completely surrender to Krishna? Or will you still keep Krishna waiting until your son and daughter get married? So the question has again, after 20 years of marriage, the question is the same as before entering, that whether I should get married or I should be full time for Krishna. So there is no guarantee. And also because of Kali Yuga, people are getting married very late. And for those who get married late, it gets more difficult to conceive a child. So then they have to undergo so much difficulties, turbulences to just have children, which is so easy thing to have children. To not have children, it used to be the case of rare case, but nowadays it has become a common case because people are getting married by the time they become important or almost half important. So neither matter nor spirit. They caught up somewhere in between and whole life goes before their eyes without doing much in the life for one's own self-interest. So the same question that was there before getting married, even after getting married after 20 years, 25 years, the question has same, little modification, but the question has remained the same. He is still not ready for the transcendental knowledge. So the result is that as great as Angira Muni, he visited his home, he could have given the highest transcendental knowledge. But all that king was interested is only a son. And a son, there is no guarantee that one will be happy with the son. This is the Real. This is a reality. So it is the same thing for us. For us, such a great opportunity is available. The science of Krishna consciousness. One may think, what could have happened if Angira Muni has given the transcendental knowledge to Chitraketu? Maybe he would have changed. But that to understand that whether that is a case or not, we are the example ourselves. The science of Krishna consciousness has been very beautifully presented, very nicely explained to us. But still we are unable to give up our absorption in matter. So we are Chitraketu ourselves. We also say Chitraketu. Chitraketu situation will be like us only. Absorption, he will not be able to give up. The question still remains being postponed. The same very old question is the most old question for every living entity, because we are not answering that question properly, we are still in this material world. This is the oldest question for the living entity. Is it Krishna or is it matter? And we are not able to answer this question. Same question, examination. This is open book examination. This Krishna consciousness. The open book examination. That same question is given again and again. Same example. Even before the examination, the question is already given. But still, we are not able to answer this question properly, and postponing it, and we reach a situation where we cannot answer. So, what could have happened if Angira Muni gives knowledge to Chitraketu? Is myself remain absorbed in the matter in spite of giving that. So, therefore, Angira Muni, being very kind, he gave a son who caused both jubilation and lamentation. So we have to keep our mind free from absorption in matter. Otherwise, we will be given something material, what we want. Right? Angira Muni I saw that your mind was absorbed in material things. So I gave you only a son. Because even while after giving, there is no much use. Right? We are having the association of the pure devotees like Sripad Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. But progress is very, 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 very slow. Same as a person who doesn't have this knowledge. Same thing. We are undergoing the same cycle as those who don't have this knowledge. We are undergoing the same material cycle as those who don't have this knowledge. So therefore, what progress have we made on this path? We are not taking advantage of this knowledge, because we can compare the cycle of persons who don't have this knowledge and we having this knowledge. We are doing the same cycle. So the fortune has come to our home. He knocked on our door, but we are unable to receive it. Like Chitraketu, Angira Muni came to his home. So, because he prayed for a son, what can Angira Muni do? So, similarly, the same, one gets Sripad Maharaj or Srila Prabhupada, but the prayer is same. Please find me a bridegroom, or please bless me to have a job, please bless me to go to other countries, or please bless me to have a nice house, please bless me. Same things. We are Chitraketu. No, Chitraketu, he didn't give the knowledge, but we are given the knowledge, but the action is same. Please give me this, please give me that. So our situation is exactly like Chitraketu. There is no difference. We are not making any progress. We have to make progress. I don't want these things. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. This is not coming out. This is not coming out even as a lip service. Very, very far. So, our Sri Guru, Srila Sripad, could give us Krishna, but we are not ready because we are absorbed in the matter. Same like Jesus Christ. I have so much to give, but you are not ready. So therefore, he gave them 10 commandments and spoke about Father, but not much details about Father, how to relate with him, because very absorbed in the matter. Mind is very, very absorbed in the matter. So when the mind is very absorbed in the matter, the transcendental, one will not be able to take the transcendental benefit. So therefore, even after attaining the mercy in the form of their association, we still remain like a materialist lifestyle. No plan to come out. So therefore, this Chitraketu story is eye-opener for all of us. And the discussion that what relationship do we really have? This is, can we accept that my relation with my son, daughter, wife, mother, father as concoction, mental concoction? Do we have guts? As it is discussed in the previous sloka, do we have the guts to think my relationship with my children as mental concoction? Is anybody thinking? No, we are thinking, oh, he is my son. They love me. There is some love in this here also. It is not completely false. There is some love here. I experience some love here. But that is mental concoction. Can we accept this fact? Do we have guts? We don't have guts. We don't have guts to accept this fact that this is all mental concoction. You know, in the previous sloka. This sloka only, right? They are no better than illusion, dreams, and mental concoction. So, have we reached this stage? Can we dare to think along this direction? To think that my material situation, my friends, relatives, whom I depend on, my council ministers who are helping me, giving ideas, right? So, can I think this is all mental concoction? Because they are impermanent. So, this thought at all doesn't strike in our mind at all. Somehow stay in that atmosphere and try to incorporate some bhakti aspects in sometimes, but we never dare to consider them as illusions, dreams, and mental concoctions. So therefore, transcendental knowledge remains a far dream. Either this is dream or that is dream. There is no in between. There is no in between. आधा dream. बीच में ऐसे नहीं. Either this matter is dream or the spirit is dream. For those, these material relationships are real. Transcendental knowledge is dream. Though he may be doing so many gymnastics in spiritual life, in the name of spirituality, right? And destination of such a person is matter only, repeated birth, human life, human body, or in the house of a transcendentalist, or in the house of a devotee, and so the result will be the same. Either this is dream or that is dream. So if one doesn't dare to accept this as a dream or mental concoction, then transcendental knowledge, transcendental realization, self-realization, the reality of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, and Sri Guru, who is a eternal associate of Lord Sri Krishna. This is all a dream. So what we want to make dream, it is in our hands. But we have already made our choice. But to reverse it, it requires great courage, strength, true knowledge, blessings, to consider them as illusions, dreams, and mental concoctions. And they are non-existent, right? One's kingdom, military power, treasury, servant, minister, friends, relatives are all cause of fear, illusion, lamentation, and distress. So, if these things still exist, this fear, illusion, and lamentation and distress in bhakti also, we can understand that we are still dealing only with the material aspects of bhakti. We are still absorbed in the material aspects of bhakti. So, therefore, do we really dare to dream or change our dream? Which one do we make the dream? That is our choice. Make the matter reality, spirituality is dream. That's the meaning of one who is in the Bhagavad Gita shloka, that what is day for the spiritualist is night for the materialist, and what is day for the materialist is night for the spiritualist. So because for a transcendentalist, matter remains dream, though he may be interacting. He treats them as a dream only, as a temporary, as a matter of duty. So the matter remains a dream for the spiritualist. But for the materialist, spirit remains a dream. So it is in our hands. People like challenge. So this is a challenge. If you really want to take challenge, this is a challenge. Can you consider on the strength of Srimad Bhagavatam? If you are real students of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? If you are real students of Bhagavatam, this is a challenge to the students of Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you consider these material relationships as mental concoction, dream, and illusion? Can you just walk out? Can you at least support those who are doing? Right? We are so absorbed in the matter. We even condemn those who are those who are preaching this true message of Bhagavatam. So this is a challenge, because many people like challenge, because want to be heroism, right? Want to show heroism because of the Rajoguna, Kshatriya Guna. You want to show heroism, but if you want to really show the heroism, and this is why we have to show the heroism, not in other things. I can do this, I can do. This is the real heroism. If one wants to show heroism, this is the place. Have courage to treat as a dream, illusion, and mental concoction. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much for the wonderful class. Sorry, Maharaj, having a question. Maharaj, please.
Thank you for unmuting.
Because one who answers all the questions we ask.
Couple of questions. First question is, are we allowed? My question is being laughed at. Just a good beginning, just to release the seriousness. The first question: are you allowed to call this? What could be better? what could be more better spoken? More and better, same thing. What could be better spoken? But this question, Maharaj, we wish you can ask. We can you can answer. And the second question is regarding the. I have an observation. Elaborate that observation in context to this class. The reality being what appears as reality is dream, and the real reality becomes a dream. Apparent reality, which is dream-like, the scripture describes, one takes as reality. And the real reality, the spirituality, it appears as dream. Tremendous context and people fed off is in one bed.
Yes.
So there is a saying in Hindi. I was recalling because people are surrounded by the advisors and they think Andho mein Kana Raja. Have you heard that? No, you know the meaning, correct? If one person is one-eyed, and the two eyes represent one the material vision and other the spiritual vision. So if the person is direct spiritual vision of reality, and if he becomes the leader of those who are direct of both visions, then at least he can help them materially in advising. This is where most people are stuck. But there is another concept in the observation. Kano mein andha raja.
But there is a third category.
Everybody is only situated in material ambitions, and they have accepted someone, the leader, who himself is blind, who has neither material vision nor the spiritual vision. The case of Dhritarashtra comes to mind. Just think of the more precarious situation of Dhritarashtra compared to Chitraketu Maharaj. He's blinded both ways. And, but there is a third category.
Shamelessly.
Those who cannot see, even in the wide open daylight. What to call them? Maybe say some word or something can be compared. Who cannot see even in the daylight anything. With two eyes open, wide open. And eventually, when his material situation also became topsy-turvy,
Is there someone?
he lost all hope. Still, he was stuck shamelessly.
Example.
At that time, Vidura came and pulled him out. You are no more king.
Right and say you will be wide open book. What we call it.
But
Krishna calls them Maya Apahrutagna. Maya Apahrutagna. Intelligence stolen by matter. Intelligence is there but unable to apply. Inability to apply. Because control has been taken by absorption in matter. Maya Apahrutagna has been hijacked. Their intelligence has been hijacked by absorption in matter. By some good fortune, if one allows a living sadhu to play a role in his life, maybe saved like with Dhritarashtra, Chitraketu, right? But their real intelligence is stolen by Maya, but their intelligence to run away from Krishna and sadhus is not stolen. They very nicely escape from the sadhus. They very nicely keep the sadhu at a proper distance. Keep him in his place. No? इसका अपना अपना स्थान दिखाए बोलते हैं ना, ऐसे करते साधु के साथ। साधु को अपना स्थान दिखाते, कहाँ रहना चाहिए, मेरा घर में मत घुसो, इधर स्टे एट योर डिस्टेंस। So such a person who can help, there is no hope. Even if one's intelligence is stolen by lust, if one by some fortune allows a living sadhu to play a role in his life, they can be saved like Dhritarashtra, Vidura and others. Otherwise, there is no hope. लोग भगवान को रोल प्ले करने नहीं देते, इसलिए साधु को रखा। Sadhu physically goes and can force. So, though one's intelligence is lost because of absorption matter, somehow if he allows a sadhu to enter, there is a chance to come out. Sadhu can operate. If a chance is given to a sadhu, he will do operation. But that intelligence is very intact. They will make sure sadhu stays in his place. Jahan chahe wahan na ghuse mera. So that he will disturb my absorption matter, which is giving me some happiness. So therefore, show the sadhu the place he deserve. अपना स्थान, उचित स्थान दिखाइए। जो इल्यूजन है उसको एम्ब्रेस कीजिए। ये मेरा है, ये मेरा है, आओ मेरा, ये मेरा। He is most dear to me because he shows me all plans. He gives me good ideas to execute my plans. Or he is my friend, he gives me loan. Or he is this, he is that. When I'm in difficulty, he helps me. So like that, we embrace the illusions to our heart and keep the sadhu in his respective position. Safe distance. Social distancing is, like that is spiritual distancing. Spiritual social distancing we maintain from sadhu. So therefore, no hope. Hope. Embrace a sadhu, living sadhu, to take us out. Answer is already there in that already. Vigata Jwaraha, the exam which you don't want to give. Because we give coaching for that examination, but we also don't want to give the examination. I want to give coaching how to answer that question, but I myself don't want to answer the question. Like that, there are many people who give coaching for JEE, So they are mostly either they themselves failed in JEE or they don't want to give JEE exam. So we also remain like that, Yeah, really, Maharaj. 90% those who give JEE exam, JEE coaching, they themselves failed or they didn't want to give JEE exam. But theoretically, everybody can explain how to handle JEE exam. Coaching also can give. And one who really want to give exam, he gets benefit also. Some benefit. But the spiritual thing, it is a teacher plays a big role. Teacher means teacher success or success, because Antidev Vrata Devan. We worship our Guru, and where he goes, we go there. Our Guru is our strength. It is not like JEE that without I give examination, I can give coaching. How to give exam myself also. Then only others, those who get coaching from me, they can benefit it. Because in spiritual path, Krishna gives one who has answered this question, he gets the authority to give marks. for those who answer. Because Guru, no key has been given to Sri Guru, Sripad Maharaj, because he is transcendental. Like Saint Peter, no, he has this key, or Saint Mark. If you go to Rome, there's one big statue with key. So like that, Sri Guru, he has the key because he is a liberated person. Yeah, taking shelter of, finally taking shelter, culminating. Even if I give coaching, should take to such a person who is finally, otherwise my coaching has no meaning. Any other questions? Hare Krishna Prabhu, are you hearing?
Yes, Maharajji. There is a question by Nilmada Prabhuji. Nilmada Prabhuji, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, Maharaj. Maharaj is saying something. What, Maharaj? What is first question? मैं समझ में नहीं आया. It is definitely class of 2021 because it happened in 2021. Every class is class of 2021 because if it happens in 2021, it is 2021 class. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Nilvada Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
So my question is, from where we get this great courage?
Great courage from yourself. He's saying, where do we get this great courage? Yourself. And outside, from outside, everybody will help. Motivation class will be there, but ultimately the courage from within, with the knowledge, sword of knowledge that Bhagavatam is giving us. Why the Chitraketu story is there in Bhagavatam? Because 99% of us are stuck here. So take inspiration from this story of Chitraketu. Chitraketu is our courage. Chitraketu should give us courage. Dhruva Maharaj should give us courage. 5 years. So many, all this, every story, every chapter in Bhagavatam can give us courage. And those who are examples of Bhagavatam in the real life, they can give us courage. Example before our eyes. Then remaining is our part. Right? So Acharya is one who is showing by example so that we can take courage. We have seen Srila Prabhupada, he just walked out of his family one fine day. Take courage from that. At the age of 70, he crossed ocean. Take courage from that. He sustained 2 heart attacks. And we are very young. We can take courage. If old man can do, young man can do. And he landed in a most crazy place without anything, any penny. So take courage. Take courage from Sripad Maharaj. Right? His uncle gave the courage that when his mother passed away, that this is a temporary. Father, mother is temporary. Focus on your duty. So after reading that letter, and from he stayed back. He took courage. He take courage from that. And Srila Prabhupada, time to time, enlightened Guru Maharaj that family life, is temporary. Take courage from that. He did not enter into family life. Guru Maharaj has the best American. He's a very few who could go to America and be a PhD And he has all the facilities, all the money, all the facility, everything to enjoy. So one time Srila Prabhupada, after giving all the training, finally Srila Prabhupada also checked Guru Maharaj one time. In our movement, we have very beautiful girls. You want to marry, we can arrange anybody. Guru Maharaj said, no, Prabhupada, I want to fully serve you. Take courage. Take courage from Srila Sripad, Srila Prabhupada, and take courage from devotees around you who have taken courage. So many around you. So many Srila Prabhupada disciples, they have taken courage. That's why today we are able to have this Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? They all took courage. So because they took courage, today we have this Srimad Bhagavatam in our hands. Srila Prabhupada used to just dictate in the phone and they all translate and publish, and many people have took courage to give up this illusion, treat it as a mental concoction, and did this preaching, prachar. So we have the message reached us. The message has not reached by some magic. The message of Srimad Bhagavatam, the message of Krishna consciousness has reached us because so many people have taken courage in their life to give up this mental concoction and illusion, to dedicate themselves. Then only this message has reached us. We should not take it very cheaply, We should realize the value of it. Behind this message, there are so many people who have taken courage to spread this message in spite of many material odds. Yeah, every chapter is a source of inspiration, source of motivation for courage. And every devotee who has exemplified these teachings in their life, in their personal life, is also an exemplary. Is also a motivation for us. So many motivations are there. You have to pick up. Our Rajendra Maharaj, he simply joined full time after his B.Tech. Guru Maharaj asked, he joined full time. So he is inspiration for rest of us. So I could also take courage by seeing him, right? But everybody is watching. Everybody is watching Rajendra Maharaj. He's living and going. But courage one can take, see, and you can watch and take courage. If we don't have ourselves, we can take courage by seeing others. So courage, you can do it. We all can do it. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam is there. The story is there. And Srimad Bhagavatam wants us to take courage. It doesn't want to just simply listen the story and then tell us a story, bedtime story for the kids or to ourselves. This is for us to act.
Thank you, Maharaji. Balramji is having a question. Balramji, please. Okay, Maharaji's connection is lost.
Hare Krishna Maharaji, Dandavat Pranam. Do you hear me? Hare Krishna.
I could hear you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah, Dandavat Pranam Maharaji. Very nice examples. Those are really, really interesting. That the people who have not passed JE, they give the coaching. Yeah. So, this is the same thing. Like the people who have not seen the truth, they are preaching or teaching how to how to get the truth. So, I mean, in this case, my question is, whatever we see in the real world, I mean, whatever this world, we are a material world, And when you go towards, let's say, dream state and Sushupti state, or even Turiya state, the things become subtler and subtler. And what is the real thing? I mean, when we go towards the subtle things, those are more real, or the this material world is more real?
First of all, the Sushupti is not the
Sushupti, there is no material. Sorry, the Turiya is not material. Okay, Sushupti
all
is
states of consciousness. They're all real.
Mhm.
Okay, and they exist even in the liberated stage, in the sense that in the spiritual world also people sleep. They go to dream state, they go to all other states. These are all there. These are all functions of the soul, functions of consciousness. They need we need rest. Spirit soul needs rest, a break for a new day. You know. So
But Maharaji, as they transcend already this material world, when they get up from their sleep, what do they see?
when they get up, they see Krishna. They see Krishna is waiting. They have to catch up Krishna, the cows. If they are late, they may miss Krishna. When they sleep, they dream what they did before. So these states are there even in the liberated stage. But all these states are occupied by Krishna, hijacked by Krishna. But now all these states are hijacked by Maya. When we get up, we see these mental concoctions, isn't it? When we get up, we see mental concoctions or illusions. When we sleep also, we see mental illusions, concoctions. Same thing will come into the dream. So all those states of consciousness, they're all hijacked by Maya.
But which are more real? So let's say when we sleep,
What is the meaning of real? You see your son in the normal wake up stage and think he is your son. In the dream also you are thinking his son. What is the meaning of real? The state itself is not whether real or not real. The content of that state is what makes it real or not real. In the dream state, what you are thinking, what you are dreaming, that's what. The dreaming state itself doesn't say it is real or not real. In the dream, what is the content? Is it real content or it is temporary content or illusory content? So if it is temporary content, our destination is temporary. If the content is eternal, our destination is eternal. Because these states are not illusion, these states are real. Dream is real. But content of dream could be temporary. Just like this world is real, but is temporary.
So when you say asatoma sadgamaya, so this means we are going from this real world towards the spiritual world.
Yes.
So
Asatoma Sadgaya means it doesn't mean that you don't have dreams. It's saying dream Krishna. Instead of dreaming temporary things, illusory things, dream Krishna. When you are awake, work for Krishna instead of working for illusions and mental concoctions. That is Asatoma Sadgamaya. From the temporary to eternal.
And the most subtler one, the
subtle or gross, it doesn't matter. Make it permanent thing, make it eternal thing. Dream is a temporary thing, but still you can make it an eternal. Content can be eternal. Content can be pertaining to the eternal. So all states of consciousness should only be and solely be applied in the glorification of the Lord. 1.5.22. Idam hi pumsas tapasat sutasya. So we can also add susupti, all the states you think should wholly be solely be applied in the glorification of the Lord, all the states of consciousness.
You love dreaming.
But I feel, I mean, the subtler dream and Sushupti, those are more real because that controls the physical activities and physical experience that we get that arises from the subtler things. That's why the subtler things are more real than the material object that we see.
What is the meaning of more real,
More real means that actually provides whatever experience or our, that tells us who we are and where we are existing, etc. Because without the...
Which is driving us, if I'm not wrong.
Sorry?
Which is driving us in our regular activities. Is it
Yeah,
so?
it's the subtler, yeah. The subtler things are driving us.
I would like to change your statement by saying more real. I would like to say they are less temporary. Because your body is more temporary than your mind, but both are temporary.
That could be a nice, nice word too.
But because mind's absorption is matter only, what does it matter? How does it matter? Less temporary and more temporary. And if you don't mind, Srila Prabhupada used to say, dry stool and wet stool. A stool is a stool, dry stool, wet stool. Why are we so attracted by the dry stool?
Yes, Maharaj. So this means all.
Why we should defend dry stool just because it is dry?
Yeah, all these states are equally real, but the temporariness is different.
Yes. Something is 1 hour, something is 2 hours, something is 1 day, something is fresh, something is 1 hour dry, something is few hours dry, something is 1 day dry, something is very, very long dry. So the subtle body is very, very long dry. It will stay until we are in this material world. But still that is temporary and causing us illusion. That is instrument of illusion for a subtle body. First covering, first instrument of illusion.
Yes, Maharaj. Very nice. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Maharaj. Govind Maharaj.
Our Balramji discussed a lot of dreams. Correct?
Yeah.
Still, it is not dream. It is like dream. We cannot let go that concept. Nothing, as we say, if something is real, but it is compared to a dream. Just as a dream is temporary, it doesn't. If the dream is everlasting, it is welcome. So, if anything is everlasting, is welcome. It is dream-like, but colloquially or conventionally we speak, it's dream. You are dreaming, but actually we are not dreaming. We are feeling that I'm touching you, I'm holding this, I'm talking to you. But it is dream-like. So unless our conversation connects to the supreme reality, Krishna, it remains dream-like. Nobody wants to agree that you are dreaming. If somebody tells me you are dreaming, I don't like this. Yeah, but it is dream-like. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, moderator Prabhuji.
Yes, Maharaj. We can conclude.
So, thank you all for joining. Happy to see you again, hear you again all.
Oh.
His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Brajan. More respect, Maharaj ki jai.
Jai, jai, jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai,
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Bhaktivedanta purport Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Gaur Premanand.
What a class ki jai.
Krishna. Thank you, Anandal, for joining. See you all in tomorrow.